The skies over the southern plains and Midwest turned into a battlefield of thunder, lightning, and destructive storms, as one of the most powerful late summer outbreaks unfolded across multiple states. From the sprawling suburbs of North Texas to the farmland of Iowa, communities were blindsided by a relentless barrage of wind, hail, and rain that left entire neighborhoods scarred. It all began on a humid Saturday afternoon when meteorologists noticed towering cumulonimbus clouds rising quickly on the radar screens over Denton County, Texas. The atmosphere was primed for disaster. Warm, moisture-rich air surged in from the Gulf of Mexico, while cooler air filtered down from the north, creating the perfect recipe for violent updrafts. Within minutes, a simple thunderstorm evolved into a monster supercell, armed with the energy to unleash havoc on everything in its path.
We have never had it like this. I've never seen it this.
As the storm matured, the first signs of trouble came in the form of hail. At first, small pellets no larger than peas, but those quickly grew into golf ball and baseball-sized stones, smashing into rooftops, battering vehicles, and turning backyards into fields of ice. In some pockets, storm spotters reported hailstones nearly the size of softballs. Meteorologists call this guerrilla hail. The deafening roar of ice pounding against rooftops forced families to shelter in closets and bathrooms, praying windows wouldn't shatter around them. The town of Sanger, Texas bore the brunt of the storm's fury. A massive Walmart distribution center suffered catastrophic roof damage, with a gaping hole estimated at nearly 50 feet wide, torn open as hail and wind ripped through the structure. Just down the road, chaos struck Interstate 35 East, where tractor trailers were overturned like toys, blocking lanes and bringing traffic to a halt. Emergency responders raced against the storm to rescue stranded drivers, while lightning bolts illuminated the skyline.
Because of so much ice on all the asphalt, it looks like a winter wonderland outside. Wow.
The devastation didn't stop there. At McLean's Longhorn RV dealership, dozens of vehicles were destroyed as hailstones pummeled windshields and shredded siding. Tragically, one person was critically injured in the chaos, highlighting just how dangerous these storms can be. For countless families, the morning light revealed the harsh reality. Cars with shattered glass, roofs punctured like paper, and entire communities left scarred. By evening, more than 3,700 homes and businesses in Denton County were without power. Utility crews worked tirelessly, but many residents endured the long night in the dark, listening to the drip of rainwater leaking into their homes through freshly torn holes in the roof. Insurance companies now brace for what could be tens of millions of dollars in claims, as residents begin tallying the cost of repairs. And just as Texas began to take stock of its losses, the storms marched northward into Iowa. By Monday evening, the National Weather Service issued severe thunderstorm warnings for Webster, Wright, and Hamilton counties. In towns like Eagle Grove, Webster City, and Blairsburg, the skies darkened suddenly, giving residents little time to react. Winds roared at speeds nearing 60 miles per hour, tearing branches from trees and knocking down power lines. Meanwhile, hail up to the size of $half rained down on fields, threatening crops during a critical time in the harvest season. Farmers now face the heartbreaking reality of flattened cornfields and shredded soybeans, losses that will ripple through local economies for months to come. Families across Iowa also reported flooded streets, damaged barns, and homes that rattled as the storms passed. The fear of tornadoes loomed as meteorologists tracked rotating cells on radar, though no official tornadoes have yet been confirmed.
Boy!
Experts say the driving force behind this outbreak was the collision of air masses. Hot, humid air rising into cooler layers of the atmosphere. These violent updrafts not only fueled the massive hail, but also produced straight-line winds strong enough to rival the damage caused by weaker tornadoes. This setup is typical in the late summer and early fall transition, but the scale of destruction left many shocked. As dawn broke across Texas and Iowa, the human side of the storm came into focus. Families swept shattered glass from their driveways. Parents reassured frightened children, who spent the night huddled in dark hallways. Local businesses scrambled to board up broken windows. In rural areas, farmers surveyed fields that only days ago promised a strong harvest, but now lie in tatters. The road to recovery will be long. Roofers, glass repair companies, and insurance adjusters are already overwhelmed with calls. Emergency managers in Texas have urged residents to document every bit of damage before cleanup begins, warning that claims will take time to process due to the sheer scale of destruction. In Iowa, agricultural officials are bracing for requests for disaster aid as crop losses mount. Through the destruction, resilience shines. Neighbors are coming together to help clear debris. Churches are opening their doors to provide shelter. And community organizations are stepping in with food and supplies. For many, the storms are a sobering reminder of how quickly life can change when nature unleashes its full power. And meteorologists warn, this may not be the end. With lingering instability across the Midwest and another cold front expected later this week, the threat of additional severe weather remains. Families are urged to keep their weather radios close, stay alert to warnings, and prepare for the possibility of more dangerous storms in the days ahead. This was not just a storm. It was a defining moment of destruction and survival for thousands across Texas and Iowa. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.